welcome back to another video. I made a year recap for 2025. So basically I took every single video I filmed. Well, okay, no, pause. It'd be like 4 hours. But basically I took one clip from like every set of videos I took, because like my mom will take like 10, 5-minute videos, whatever, from like lessons and stuff. So I tried to take the best one. Some of them are not great videos, but it was really hard because I had to download them all from iCloud, so I couldn't really watch the full video. Anyway, it took me forever. I put a lot of work into this, but I'm really excited. I love going back and watching my YouTube videos, especially in the winter when it's so frozen and cold. And I love watching my show videos and reminiscing and getting so excited for spring and summer to come. So I was doing that. I'm like, oh my god, I watched my riding journey video and I'm like, oh, it'd be so fun doing a year recap, because I'm not gonna redo a whole riding journey when I already have one. So I was like, let's do it, and I got it done. So yeah, basically every single riding video I have is on this video. There was a couple, I got a new phone, there was a couple that didn't transfer, so there's some stuff missing, but for the most part this is basically every ride I had. A lot of it is on Infinity. I think most of it is. I had 2 lease riders riding Arkin, so I rode him a lot less this year, and then I did a lot of, obviously Finn has moved up to my main horse, so if ever I had people riding with me, I was always on Finn and they were on Arkin. So there are a couple videos of me riding Arkin, but for the most part this is a Finn story, which is very exciting because she's my baby. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm so excited about it. And so yeah, these are the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Here's the first video of the year, and I hope you guys love it. Thank you for watching. Okay, so this was my first ride of 2025 on Infinity. Actually, I think it was my second ride. I did do a vlog of this, and I had ridden her the day before, but I literally just walked around. So this is the first time in 2025 trotting her around. She basically had the whole winter off, so this was very exciting for us. Okay, so April 8th, I noticed she had a slight limp and that her leg was super swollen, so we called the vet and he was like, oh, maybe an abscess. So she just had 2 days of stall rest, and she had the leg wraps for I think 5 days maybe. She did get to go outside and it did not end up being an abscess. She just must have pulled a muscle or something. This is May 1st. I moved the horses to Eva's barn for a full month to get them out of the mud at home, and so I had somewhere dry to ride them, so I moved them. So I had an indoor arena and got them out of the mud from home, even though there's mud here still. This is our first ride off property, and she was an angel. She definitely, you can see super improvements by the end of this year. She's just running, and she's flinging her head around, and but she's still a perfect angel and was so good for our first ride. There was Eva was on Duke and my lease rider was on Arkin, and everyone was trotting around and she was just acting like a perfect little angel. I also rode Duke this day. So you'll see in this video, one of my biggest bad habits on her is leaning forward onto her forehand, and it just messes up her balance, and she doesn't like it, so she really doesn't like when I do it. We worked on this a lot at Amanda's, was getting me off her forehand, because I just I'm if I lean forward I'll help her. I have no idea. I don't know why I do it. I just do it without even thinking about it. And then this is our first canter off property, and canter, we hadn't really done much riding in 2024. She basically just got started in the very basics, so this was very exciting. Now we're getting ready for our first Shiloh club of the season. That's a little Western club. I did one vlog of it previously, so just practicing going around some barrels and having fun. And our first bareback. Lots of firsts at this place. She's like such a good girl. I'm so happy. She's got very pointy withers and she's not the most comfortable bareback horse there is, but she didn't even care, of course, but I love her. So the next clip coming up is just a test me and my mom did to test how sensitive she was to my aids, and she killed it. So here is Shiloh Club number 1. This is on May 24th. We had a grand old time. My Lease girls had so much fun. Yeah. Also, like, after this show, I took the horses back home because I already had them in the trailer. So, like, from here on out, like, you'll see, like, back home. Another first, me riding Infinity in the trails. She's been in these trails so many times, but she's always been running loose. So she was like a perfect angel. This girl's the best. And then May 30th is her birthday, so she turned 4 years old. So exciting. And then to a sadder part of the video, my first ever horse, the horse that started it all, Thorin, passed away. Unfortunately, I was very lucky to get to say one last goodbye. And then on to happier times. We have some beautiful ATV trails near our property, so we rode over there. This is with my sister. Arkin is also trotting and he can like hardly keep up. Infinity's stride is huge. She is not a big horse. She's like 15.3, maybe 16 hands. My sister's also dying laughing, so she could not film very well. But Infinity's stride is so huge. Okay, so on to Shiloh Club number 2. If any of you follow me on Instagram, I did a blurb about this. I did not post any videos. This day was less good. Little Infinity remembered how she gets to run home, which is completely my fault. Completely my fault. I should not have let her gallop home the first time. I should have really kept it slow. So here she's like trying to run home and I'm like, no girl, we gotta like weave through the poles. And she's like, no girl, I'm gonna run home. And I'm like, no. So and she's honestly, she's being really good. Like she just doesn't understand why she can't run home. That is completely my fault. So you can see here we have a little rear, and that's why I'm like, whoa, okay, we're getting off. So we hopped off and we're like, okay, like we're gonna reset. So yeah, completely my fault. And I know that now. But you know, you live and you learn. Okay, so we went in again after, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna try to like walk the whole thing. And again, she was just like why don't we get to run? So like it wasn't definitely not pretty, this whole thing. And then here you're gonna see she rears up and she smacks me right in the skull. So I don't lean forward, I pull back, pull her right on top of me. We were both completely fine. It was terrifying, very scary. My air vest, it was the first time I got to use it. Funniest thing is my boyfriend came to the show. He's like, oh, I want to see the air vest work. It's like, dude, you like talk that into the world. You put that in the universe. This is literally right after, so I was like a little bit worried I might have had like a slight concussion because she hit me in the skull so hard. So I was like just trying to take it easy, and I'm like, this is my sister. I'm like, Kaylin, please get on her. Like, I do not want to end on that bad note. And like, this is just proof that she literally is just that arena because she knows she gets to run, and she's still a perfect angel, and she knows how to behave. So yeah, then we just basically, I now had to work through fear. I was scared, and I mean, like, I think it's fully fair to be scared. But yeah, we just continued on. Okay, this is the last Shiloh club we went to. I think there's 4 or 5 that they do. The 4th one, I was at a wedding, so I could not go that day. And I don't remember why we couldn't go the last one. But anyway, this time I was just like, okay, this is the only arena. She behaves like a speed demon. So let's enjoy and like let her have fun, because that's the whole point. And then my voiceover weirdly cuts out, but we did some free jumping. And this is her just being her goofy self. But yeah, like, I just wanted to have a fun time, and like, loves going fast. And again, it's only that arena, so I was like, whatever, like, let's just have fun, who cares? And we had a super fun day. It was awesome. Okay, so now we started lessons at Rosewood with Amanda. These were super fun, and this is where we really start to flourish, where we actually have someone like telling me what to do. Because obviously before this, I'd literally done everything by myself. So this was really nice. I had help. I had someone like telling me what to do and what like I want to feel, rather than me just sort of guessing. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. I also had a lesson on Arkin this day. You'll see the clips after. And then basically after this, I just take lessons on Finn, because it just got too expensive, and my mom would always come with me, and she would either sit on Arkin or just stand with him. Yeah, it was fun. this lesson, we're starting to see some really pretty moments and sort of like see what's to come. It's very exciting. So we started getting her used to having a bit in her mouth. I'd gotten her wolf teeth out forever ago, but like I would put the bridle on and she'd like, you know, chew and like look so uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, I must have put the wrong, like it just must be too loose or too tight. And you know, like I'm just like whatever. So I had Amanda fit it, and then I had her wear it like when we'd go on our trail rides. And then here she has the bit and the hack on top. So then we were starting to like get her used to just be like having the bit in her mouth while riding, to slowly move her into just wearing a bridle with a bit. This lesson, it finally started to click. Like, she was getting so much stronger. She was like, it was just so exciting. We were so happy. So yeah, like best little girl ever. And then, blood warning, skip ahead. I was driving to school. My mom called me crying. Infinity was on 3 legs in the pasture. I'm an hour away. I sped home. I got there at about the same time the vet did, and we're like, what is wrong? We took x-rays. We took, she stuck her hand up her bum to feel if there's like any air in her intestines or her uterus. Nothing. Like, we could see nothing. So then we're like, hey, she clearly impaled herself, so maybe she's fine. So we like asked her to walk. She still didn't move the whole time. She walked. And we put her in stall rest, and she got, I think, a full month off. We did lots of hand walking in the woods. There was a video that passed. I was trotting her on some pavement. I was like, look, she's fine. I think we got so lucky. I think we got super, super lucky. She missed everything vital. There was a pitchfork that was accidentally left out in the field. And she somehow managed to get it up in her crotch and impale herself. But yeah, so about a month later, we took our first trail ride, and she was, you know, completely back to normal. We went out for a trail ride, and she was pretty good. And then first lesson back, I was like, hey, we have 1 more month for lessons, because I will refuse to drive the horses in the winter, and she deserves a winter break, and I'm in school, and it's just chaos. So we had 1 month to get back into lessons. I was so happy. Like, I literally thought my horse was gonna die, so to get to have her in lessons, like, it was just the best ever thing. It was so scary. It was so expensive, but she's fine, and that's all that matters. And she really had a super speedy recovery. Like, we got really, really lucky. Clearly it was not as bad as it originally looked, but she still got that whole month off, and so here's our first lesson back. So Arkin and Finn are literally inseparable. Like, if I take just Finn out, which she's really good actually to just go up to like my barn in the cross ties and get brushed and loved on, like she doesn't really care, but Arkin loses it. Like he has never acted like this to any other horse. Like he's obsessed with her. Like even in Shiloh Club in the background, you can't really tell because obviously the video's on me, but he loses it and he's standing just in the holding pen like waiting. He's not like, he can see her and he's losing his mind. So like he's obsessed with her, and he's definitely like trained her to be pretty dependent on him as well. And like obviously they're herd animals and whatever, but they're very, very in love with each other. So I brought her to Amanda's all by herself because she's going to have to go to, well, gonna have to. I really want to go to horse shows with her next year. Or right now it's 2026 for me, but I really want to take her to some dressage shows, and I can't take him. Like, I don't want to pay all the extra money to get him a stall, and he's just gonna lose it in the stall and be like the worst neighbor. Everyone's gonna hate him. So I took her to Amanda's all by herself. She was a saint. She was an angel. I was like a little bit worried about riding because I figured she'd be like a little bit dumb. She didn't care. So yeah, that was really nice to see. And Arkin was okay. Like we stuck him in a stall because I was worried he'd like gallop around for like the entire time, and he's like an older guy. So we stuck him in a stall and he behaved. I also can't just bring him here and stick him in a stall because he'll scream the entire time, and him screaming is what worries her. Like she'll be completely fine until she hears him screaming his head off. So that was exciting. And then here you can see we're really getting our long and low and our chill and our like just relaxed energy. It's just so nice. So here's her first ever training ride. Amanda got on her. I was just like struggling to ask for better contact. Like I know what I want. I just didn't know exactly how to ask her for it. So, and like anyway, I'm gonna send her for a week of training at Amanda's. So I really wanted to have some training rides. So I'm really glad we got one training ride in before the end of this year, and she's obviously flinging her head around like a ding dong, just like getting used to the contact. And like honestly, she like loves to resist. She's so like, no, I want to do it my way. But like honestly, she did great, and Amanda's literally the best rider I've ever met in my entire life. So if anybody's going to like know what they're doing, it's gonna be her. So I was so happy. I had so much fun watching, and I got to get back on after this and feel, and like, oh my god, the difference was insane. With one, I think she was on her for like 10 minutes, 1 10-minute little training ride. She was so much softer. She was so much more reactive to my aids. And when I get on after, it's the first time she ever had, I was only holding the reins attached to the bit. So you know, now she's like a little adult now. It's so exciting. But I'm so very proud of her. I'm so thankful to have such an amazing rider in my life who, you know, is willing to help me with her journey and our journey. And it's just so exciting. She's got a great future ahead of her. So here you can see I get on. And you know, she's still like shaking her head. Like she's like resisting. But once she understands like what it means, she's gonna be so good. Pretty much everything she does, the first time we try, she's like, no. And then she's like, oh, okay, I understand. And does it, like, she's gonna be a really, really cool horse, and I'm so excited. And then you can just see, like, when she shakes her head, I'm just following with my hand. Amanda was doing the same exact thing. Just keeping the contact while she's flinging her mouth around, her head around. And just trying to keep like a relatively consistent contact, which was really hard because she's doing her thing, but just so like, yeah, keeping a light consistent contact was the goal of the day. And I feel like it looks a little cray, but at least I feel like I did a good job. Of course Amanda did an amazing job, but yeah, it was just such an exciting day. She felt so great in this. and here is how we sort of stand as of now. We did a Secret Santa, and my Secret Santa gave me, at the bottom of my bag, treats for the horses. It was so nice of him. Like, they just, you know, all my friends know the horses exist, and like, of course, but it was just so thoughtful. And the way Infinity eats her apple is the funniest. She's eating it like a little human. Like, that's how I eat my apples. I eat all the way around, and then I eat like the two sides, and she's so funny. She's so like dainty. But yeah, basically she's had a winter break. She still is having a winter break. I've been doing as many trail rides as I sort of can. It's been cold, and like, I am crazy busy with school and work. But they're just living their little life, and in January, February, March, April, at end of April, early May, Infinity's gonna go for her training. So yeah, there's gonna be lots and lots of vlogs coming up. I'm very, very excited for this year. I have so many plans and goals, so we'll see what we get done this year, but she's for sure going to her training, and then we'll just see how the rest of the year goes. I'm gonna be in school my last semester. It's fully work hours, so I'm gonna be doing 400 hours. That's full-time for 13 weeks. I'm gonna not be able to work almost at all, so I'm gonna be like struggling for cash. So we'll see how much horse shows I can do, but I'm hopefully gonna get to do a couple and have a super amazing summer.